Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are All Systems Go, and today we are playing Iron. Oh, wait, no.
What are we playing, Sean?
We're playing Blades in the Dark. So, if you wanted Iron Sworn, I'm sorry, but blame Abby and Logan specifically. We'll get back to it.
I just went along with peer pressure. I was like,
yeah, Sarah was just peer pressured. Sean was peer pressured too, apparently.
Sarah's just here to roll sixes and make Sean mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Hashtag what I do in life.
So we are going to be playing Foxfire, Blades in the Dark today. And of course, my name is Sean. I am the GM. So I'll be leading this session. And my three lovely players are Abby, Logan, and Sarah. And does anyone want to give a quick recap of what happened?
First, before recap, I can do the recap too, but I wanted to point out that we have cool character art over on the side now.
We do, yes.
And we made it from Reroll, and they're a really cool company where you can go make like pixelated character art, and it's pretty cheap it's like $8 to get like a premium subscription and as many characters as you want, so it's very fun. Would
and
recommend.
Addictive.
Addictive.
So
we all spent way too much time playing.
Hashtag
way
not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored.
But we appreciate them letting us use the assets.
Yeah, it's
because
very
they're
cool.
really cool. And so we've got all three characters on the side now. Going, I think, from left to right is Sylph, Duchess, and then Echo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure I get it right. So now we have a nice little visual reminder of what our characters look like, our lovely players
They
look
look badass.
So I guess everyone's going to have to make extras for their other characters, too.
I know.
So
we already have
Vinny
a Vinny
and Poppy.
Yeah.
Sean, I've made every character I've ever played in any system.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Wait, have you actually?
We made Mia
I mean, I have too. So.
And Venus.
I need to go back and look.
It's very cool.
Lots of fun stuff. Okay, so...
Recap. So, last session, how did it start?
You were in
think
pain.
I think something happened before I was in pain.
You did just finish your
I went and visited Rain.
Informant's heist. You visited Rain.
Yes.
And you were on your way back. Y'all were officially at war with the Foghounds.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We were interrupted by some Foghounds and paid them off to not kill us. And then, on my way back from visiting Rain, the spirit wardens tried to suck my soul right out of my body. But I was protected by He Who Walks in Darkness, who is my forgotten god.
Is that He Who Walks in Darkness inside?
He Who Walks in Darkness.
Is that how we know?
Oh my gosh.
He Who Walks in Darkness.
No. And then I think I made a check and learned that they were trying to like soul rend my soul from my body, and I was going to die if I could not figure out a way to fix it. So I gathered up the crew, and we visited the sirens, the voice at the sirens, and the voice kind of told us about a couple of options. And then we went to the party barge. It's their first experience at the party barge.
And last.
We'll see about that. And what's her name? It's been a while.
Arana. No, not Amaris.
Arana. The Blessed told us that she knew a ritual that she could do to kind of fix this, and I could either like tether my safety to He Who Walks in Shadows, or we could break this bond forever, but that would be more dangerous. So I still have that decision to make, but we're currently in Lord Scurlock's manor trying to get an artifact that will help in this ritual, as well as broken fragments of a crown that we promised the Hive we would get for them in exchange for information on Lord Scurlock's manor. I think we went through a secret entrance and then made it to kind of the basement where a bunch of forgotten god stuff was stored, and then we opened kind of a secret door and saw some artifacts on the inside along with 4 holes.
Yes, because we ended on EMP.
right,
this EMP.
Then that takes us now to present day. So the four of you have entered the room, and there are 4 holes that are kind of standing at attention in the corners. But they have not moved to attack yet. They're kind of just they're just sitting in the edges of the room currently.
Is there just one in each corner?
Yeah, and it's a pretty. I'd say it's a pretty long room, about maybe 15 by 30 feet or something like that. So it's
Is there anything else in the room besides the halls?
There's the hulls. There is all of the artifacts are kind of lined up. It's 2 rows where they're on like a pedestal. The artifact is then encased in a container.
Can we see the one that's all darkness?
You think you can see it, but it's not like it's in the front row.
Okay.
You're gonna have to dig a little deeper into the room. Also, the room is lit by sort of like electroplasmic light.
Mm-hmm. So, my question.
What was y'all's last roll?
Let's scroll up and see.
Oh, Duchess, you rolled a really good wreck.
Oh, just right now?
Did you roll that just right now?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but it wasn't actual game.
Our last rolls were just fortune rolls.
Our last in
I did.
Our last like in present roll was controlled limited, and I failed. But then Sarah did a flashback.
That was the flashback.
Yeah.
And then I rolled a fortune. I think the last thing was I rolled a 6 fortune roll.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that's for.
That was for knowing which 2 opened the door.
Oh, okay.
Can I survey this room and see if there's like any like hidden things? Like there's like a way that you can navigate this room without the holes like coming to life, like if there's a path on the ground that you can walk, or if there's like a lever that deactivates them. Just like gander up this room.
Yeah.
I was also going to do that, but I will help you instead.
What's your survey? Because I'm only 1.
1. Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
You're probably more important with sneaky things, so I'll do the non-sneaky things.
How are you going to help survey?
I was going to look specifically for like if there were some kind of triggering mechanism that would make the holes activate, like whether it's like, I don't know, lasers, or I feel like that's too high tech for Doskvol, but something like Sparkcrafty, I like imagine.
Wire.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So roll, and you need to pay stress.
Yep, I already did.
And Logan gets to roll 2 die, potentially.
Yes.
You're going to be risky limited.
Risky limited. Do you have a... No, I'll just push. I'll just trade position for effect, I think. I'm gonna try and go into the room, like...
Oh, desperate on this seems real bad.
It's fine.
We can resist that consequence.
Yeah. Not like enter the room, but like I'll try and like I'll get a little risky with like how much I'm putting in the room to like get good looks at everything.
Okay, yeah, so you're really just leaning in there. You've got Echo holding like one arm while you just like lean in, almost full body, but no foot has stepped into the room.
No foot has stepped in this room.
All right, so if you'll just roll that survey.
You can do it, Logan.
Big rolls, big rolls.
You got this. Making those big moves.
Oh no. Okay, so it's desperate standard.
Yes.
with 1 bonus die. Oh no.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. And it begins.
And it begins!
A 6 and a 1. Alright, so you lean all the way into this room, and the holes don't activate. You can't. Okay, so let me describe the holes a little bit. So the holes are humanoid in sort of stature, and they're obviously equipped with sort of like, they don't even have arms. They just have like long blades, like swords. So they just have sword arms on top of just regular sort of mechanized, almost animalistic styled leg. It's all very skeletal looking, though. There's a little bit of sort of like armored plating to protect certain important areas. But then their faces are like porcelain sort of masks, almost like a doll's, that are very humanoid looking. And you can see that they have a sort of faint glow pulsing from both their chest and from where the eyes would be. And so your guess is that hulls can have all sorts of different mechanized advancements to make them react in just a total myriad of different ways. But if you had to guess, you would say that these are probably visually oriented. And so they are, it seems like most of the advancements seem to be in the ocular region. And you also notice that, I think I mentioned originally that the artifacts were housed in glass. They're not actually housed in glass. You're able to discern just faintly a rippling sort of effect on them, which almost gives it the look like they're encased in an extremely thin sheet of water.
I don't like that.
So thin
let's
it's translucent.
Let's just leave.
Sean, okay. What have you been up to?
Okay. Great. I guess so. How is this place lit again?
With there's electroplasmic lighting, and then you think, I mean, the hulls give off their own dim lighting, and some of the artifacts seem to be giving off a little bit of light.
Okay.
So they don't. Maybe even give like Echo kind of almost loses grip for a second and give a bit of a yelp, and the hulls don't respond to any noise. You don't see like a specific path. Like there's not like a special path.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's plenty of information. Okay, so I will relay that to the group. It seems like they only work by sight, so maybe if we can blind them or turn off the lights somehow, you can slip on through.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. Can I flash back, Sean?
Yes, you can always flash back.
I think that for this, so I flashed back once, which was me visiting Violette, and that was me just being like catching up, having a little girls chat, like probing her for information and promising to like give her, you know, like a nice visit and like some artifacts if they come my way. And I think as I'm like leaving, I'm like, Violette, it's been so great seeing you. You know, I'm just like, can you hear me?
Yeah, isn't Violette my name?
Shoot, is it your name? Violette Araignée. Who is the?
No, it's her name is.
What is her name? Sorry,
Lorette.
Duchess.
I didn't even know your name was Violette.
Lorette.
I was just
Lorette?
like, what are you doing to me?
I'm just smooshing with Duchess for no purpose. Lorette. There we go. So
close,
I'm like,
very close.
Lorette. There's an at the end. You know, you wouldn't happen to know of someone who could, you know, I have so many artifacts in the Imperial City. I need top of the line security for them. You happen to have, you have so many clients, who need to protect their expensive things. What's the who's the person I should go to in Doskvol? And I think I get the name from her of like the craftsman who crafts like all of these cases, or I don't know. At the time I don't know their cases, but I'm just like, who's in charge of creating security for like high value items?
The best sort of security craftsman
at like the auction house that we went to. I'm assuming, when I'm talking to her, like the auction house is the place where, like they specialize in that, and she like gets me a meeting with. My ideal would be to like get a meeting with whoever makes this and like pretend like I want him to install those in the Imperial City, so I can learn how they
work. So Lorette says, she's like, oh, of course. I mean, there's a couple different, it depends on what you need. Some are more sort of vault security, safe houses, or safety boxes and such. And then others are more in sort of the mechanized options. I would say if you were interested in the highest quality safe, what is your rival's name again? Sylph?
Oh.
Frake,
yeah.
Frake is one of the best master locksmiths. I highly recommend his services. But between you and me, as a woman of discerning taste, if you want something with a little more spark, shall we say, yes, there is a craftsman known as Aldrich. And Aldrich is the head, or let's say the master sort of hull craftsman of the city of Doskvol. If you want something a little more advanced, of course, something of that quality costs quite a pretty penny, but...
Oh, darling, the cost does not matter to me, She's like,
of course, perfect. And she laughs with you.
Yeah, we're like, and I'm like, oh yes, can I get a meeting with this Aldrich? The Imperial City. I want people to see my beautiful things, but I want to keep them safe. She's like, she has a feeling, knowing Lord Skurlock is like a big collector, that he like wants to be able to see the things he has. And so she, asks to like meet up with Aldrich.
Okay. I think that's easy enough. It's gonna take time though, so instead of paying stress, I might make you tick up Sylph's clock.
Well, okay. What do you guys think? Is it worth it?
Well, I'm not doing. It's fine, probably.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, their soul's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
their souls aren't in trouble.
Take all the time you need, darling. It's for your protection.
Great. They don't care, Sean.
Okay. Sure.
As long as it's not 6, we're good to go.
Okay. So I meet with Aldrich and I say that I'm a client and like I'm not satisfied with the way they do things in the Imperial City, and if he would be able to like create, like what can he create for me, like within these parameters of like me being like, oh, I want to display my items, but I don't want, I want to see them, but I want to keep them safe. And
right. Well, so are you trying to figure out if he crafted the things that are in the room, like the
yes, I'm trying to basically have him explain to me very succinctly like how these things work. So like it's like he's like, yeah, there's like 2 different kinds of security. You could have hull security, and then you can have like a magic water screen security.
He's a kind of a slick, sort of bespectacled man. His hair is greased back, and he seems very, very sort of proper and well put together. So you can tell he's obviously like has a workshop and a nice waiting room. Like, he is a high-level craftsman. He tells you, I mean, sort of the basics are, he could make, if you want to be able to see the artifacts, there's all sorts of different kinds of tempered glass that can be used, as well as potentially more exotic materials for visibility on top, security. As for the holes, I mean, I would venture to say that you could leave something completely out in the open with one of my holes at your service. They're so advanced. But they usually, not to cut, let's say, but rather to keep it more financially viable, we usually focus our holes on only one sort of cue that will trigger them to a certain action. Unfortunately, while we strive to constantly give them the semblance of humanity, they are not human. They do not have the full functionality that we do. They're not capable of advanced thought for the most part. His description of the defenses does not match what is in this room. The holes match.
Wonderful.
But the boxes, the sort of
The watery
containers do
boxes,
not match.
No match.
Can I?
He's purely a man of technology.
Is it like electroplasmic?
Or is it a cult?
It looks like water. If you would like to find out what it is, you'll have to make some
Sean's
rolls.
like, you gotta touch
No,
it.
I just want you to tell.
Or you're gonna have to touch it.
Sean's like, go touch it.
Tell what?
Or deal with the holes first. And then come back to
Okay,
it.
in this flashback with Aldrich, this man, and I think I'm like, but what if something goes wrong? How will they not attack me? Like that kind of like, oh,
They're keyed to their master in a specific way, so either visually or orally or a myriad of other ways. You could have a key or an artifact on you that protects you from them. And he says, worst comes to worst, we usually recommend you have some personal guards, human, who know the weakness of whatever your hull's design is. Often, of course, their main functioning is held in the inner chambers in the chest area, and destruction of that area is pretty much equivalent to their death. But they're not meant for prolonged combat. In many ways, they are deterred simply by the fact that they exist. Most would rather not have to deal with them.
she's like, yes, they are very unnerving. Cool. Okay.
But they don't have
one
one unique. The thing is, he says they're so customizable that they can be made to fit exactly whatever you need.
Yeah.
But it means there's very little standardized between hulls, other than some of the internal mechanisms.
Of course. She's like, of course. I will talk this over with my husband. We will think blah, blah, blah. I will be in the city soon and we'll make another appointment. Yada,
Right.
yada.
Yeah, I mean, he tells you some of the basics about them. Let me look them up because I know there's actually specifics. They are all based around a sort of metal skeleton chassis. They have different sort of clockwork mechanisms that act like musculature. And then probably the next two most important things are they have a soul vessel, which houses the spirit that actually powers any of the hulls. And then they also have a sensorium, which is a spirit crystal orb that is suspended in electroplasm somewhere within the frame. So they do technically have spirits in them.
Wonderful. Okay, cool. That was helpful-ish. Helpful-ish. Do I pay any stress for this, Sean?
No, because it's just part of your other one, basically.
Okay.
And we made Abby tick off the clock.
How many?
Just one.
One.
Do we have any idea for how to get past them? I have this good friend Vinny. He has binding oil. Maybe I could have got some off of him and we could throw it at them. But I'm not well versed with these metal ghosts.
Oh yeah, they are just metal ghosts, aren't they?
Okay, so my real concern is we could just do like a smash and grab and then get out. But we need to get the other thing also. So should we go find it and then we can grab both of them really quick and get out? Or...
I mean, I don't think that the holes will follow us, maybe, right? This is a weird room. We can just close the door.
Can we? That's a great... Can we close the door? If we, like, redo the levers of the statues.
We were never here.
Yeah, I mean, you think it would close. It was closed when you got to it.
I do it. Does it close?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it closes.
Okay.
All right, that's fine. That's fine with... Yeah, we do like a little test, open and close situation. Okay. All right, so...
I also have a smoke bomb that we can just fill this room with smoke and they can't see us. But then we can't see either.
Yes.
Yes. Hashtag yes. Don't you have a cloak of darkness, Abby?
I mean, you have an EMP.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually make me invisible.
That's stinky.
Will they... Another question is, do they attack anything that moves? Like, if we were to throw a rock in there, would they smash it? Or would that be okay?
Let's do it!
Let's not
throw a rock!
Let's
don't know.
And
you know they're
the
visually
EMP.
oriented. I mean, they have varying levels of sort of intelligence and agency between...
Because if a rock is okay, maybe we can just, like, army crawl.
I'll crumple up a piece of paper and throw it in there.
I think we need a test.
Okay, where do you throw it?
Sort of at one of them. Like in
At
front
one
of
them? Okay.
Like at its feet or something.
You throw it, and the one sort of closest to it hums to life real fast. You can see the eyes like glow with a powerful
Just
blue
pure
light.
Rage.
Yeah, and the sort of the piece of paper hits the hull's body, kind of bounces to the ground, and the hull sort of like cocks its head, looks at it, and then like takes one sort of blade arm and just like stabs the piece of paper.
God.
Like probably a couple times. And then seemingly satisfied, it goes back into it.
Are there just like random bodies of rats and mice laying at these things' feet?
No, it's very clean.
Okay.
I have a perfect idea.
Is
I vote EMP, but what's
we
your
give
idea?
them too much to hit, and then...
If they have just like giant blade for arms, we can just put like a burlap sack over their head, and they won't be able to do anything about it.
They could just cut it open.
EMP.
How are its blade arms? Like, I'm just imagining it just has like it can't. bend them.
No. They're like think like praying mantis-y almost, but maybe not like scythed quite like that. But they have articulated elbows and shoulders. So the blading is mostly along like the forearm to the hand area. They don't have
does it
hands.
look like it has the dexterity to remove a sack from its head?
I mean, despite being mechanical, it was pretty dexterous in stabbing that piece of paper. I don't think it would remove, but it might try to do something to get it off of it, but you don't know because you haven't tried.
My vote remains EMP. We need the He Who Walks in Darkness artifact more than we need the Hive artifact. That's my other point.
Do we?
If we
don't have one, then only Sylph dies. If we don't get the other one, then they'll kill all three of us.
But we have time to get the other one. We don't have time for Sylph not to.
You're going to need to start making decisions, or I'm just going to click that Skurlock clock up.
No!
What are the pedestals?
Sarah grabs... Echo grabs EMP.
Is the EMP the play?
what are the pedestals? The pedestals are very plain looking. They're nice, sort of. Well, I mean, they're not plain. They're ornate wood. That then sort of, depending on what. Actually, interestingly enough, they all kind of go into sort of a pyramid shape, and then there's a variety of objects seemingly suspended in the middle, and then they're contained in this.
Oh, so it's not like
water.
we could just pull it out from under the water thing. Like it's all inside of water.
Yeah. The water's like as if the glass. I mean, it's like as if it was in a glass.
Okay.
But it's water.
Well, Duchess pulls out this sledgehammer and says, use that EMP and I'll smash their heads in and they won't be able to come back alive.
We'll smash their chests in.
Yes.
Okay.
Or heads. If they can't see, they can't do anything.
I mean, I don't think you want 4 bladed things.
We get them to attack each other.
Ooh. Do you have any disguise makeup?
She brings out a bag. Do I have disguise makeup?
Just go put some like blacks on their eyes. Black out their eyes and they won't be able to see. Unless they have squeegee attachments.
Sean's like, I don't know how I feel about this answer.
I mean, it's just y'all are talking yourselves in circles. You need to make a decision must
throw
be
the
made.
EMP, and we'll see
or
how
you
that
can
works.
acquire an item that you think might be helpful.
We can do the EMP, or do you think they're smart enough to specifically target different targets, or is it just kill stab anything that moves? Because we could acquire an asset of a crate of 100 rats and let them loose.
Oh my god.
And then we can just be part of that and
release the
no
rats.
more, Abby. I'm flashing back to acquire an asset, a box of rats. I don't even care if this works.
Oh my god.
Sean wanted us to do something, and our solution is by
we just haul the crate of rats into Lord Skrill's
All right, let's do it. Make it 2 boxes of rats. You don't know if we're gonna need them.
How big are these boxes? Because remember, you had to smuggle them with you this whole time.
Okay, I mean, if someone wants to acquire them, or maybe someone can acquire them and somebody can give them to a servant to put inside. Just be or we could disguise it as a delivery, a new artifact or something. So someone leaves it outside his vault for him to go and put in.
And he's not going to open up the box of rats.
Yeah.
No.
I made a special delivery disguised as the auction house person.
Yeah. And so the servant's I'm not going to mess with his artifact. It's squeaking really loudly.
Sounds like
I'll be very rare, forgotten god artifact. Fang tooth of the rats. It makes a lot of noise. Don't mind that. That's normal.
Okay. How?
Okay.
Do I have to? I feel like I don't even know how to acquire a box of rats.
I don't think it's actually very hard because rats are actually used as food and farmed in Doskvol.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not particularly challenging to acquire a box of rats.
One of the servants that you helps can just buy you 2 boxes.
That is true.
Pick me up.
Let's just go raid the kitchen. We don't even need to buy it. We'll just steal it from here.
I love that the contingency plan that this flashback relies on is that y'all knew going to Lord Skurlock's mansion that you would need rats.
Oh, we knew.
We knew. This is
never underestimate the usefulness of a box of rats.
We are experts, Sean. We always have rats on retainer.
They're elite rats, actually.
We actually always bring a box of rats. We've just never needed
This is the only time it's come up, though. Yeah.
we train them. They're special. They're super rats.
Okay.
They're super rats. Okay.
So I can either get them planted here, or if you think you can do it in disguise, would be better.
Doesn't matter to me.
How much stress do you have left?
I have a lot.
Okay, maybe you should do it.
Only 2 ticks of stress.
Oh, or maybe I should do it. You might be more useful upstairs where there's people.
Okay, true.
I will do it. I will arrange for these boxes. I'll just pretty much do the same thing, but not in person. I'll like have it delivered with like a note that says like, Lord Skurlock, thank you for your purchase at the auction. Like, we enjoy your patronage of our great city.
Please take this complimentary box of rats.
No, please, no, just no,
We've
like
been
this
giving
is
all of our gold level customers a box of
no, it's sealed, and I think maybe the rats have been like, I will dump a vial of slumber essence in with these rats so they are asleep for the delivery, and then they like wake up when they're down here alone. I will take that on my equipment list.
I think this is going to be pretty
Chef's
complicated.
kiss.
So,
Perfect.
I'm going to make you pay 1 stress just for the flashback, and then I need you to roll something in the hopes that this goes according to plan. Because you want those rats specifically. Where do you want the rats?
I sort of want it to be like a little bit of confusion, like it's being said like, oh, here's a delivery of an artifact, but the servants are like, what do we do with it? And they end up just sort of like putting it outside the vault because they don't know what else to do with it, but they are not going in that vault.
Okay, yeah, I need you
like
to
before
roll,
we go
like,
down the creepy stairs.
Yeah.
I need you to roll something for that, because that's a pretty specific...
You do get plus 1d because we have what our thing is called rats.
Pack rats!
It's for acquiring an asset.
Yeah. I guess we are.
I'm not making him roll to acquire the asset, because it's easy. I'm making him roll to make sure the asset gets where he wants.
Finesse? I don't know.
I would think command, potentially, or...
Yeah, I can do command.
Consort, maybe.
Can I...
Maybe sway. Probably something social.
Something social. I want to roll consort, but I don't think it works very well, so probably command or sway. They're both 1. So I don't think it really matters. Can I... I guess what's my position in effect?
Your position...
Consort could work if you pull in your servant friend.
Servant friend, yeah.
Jenna? Okay.
Because then you're consorting with connections to gain access to places.
Sure. I'll have Jenna deliver it, and she'll be pretending to be from the auction house.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put you at... I think, since it's a flashback, I think risky limited.
Can I check my find cover identity and give it to Jenna so it's very convincing that she is from the place?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, make it risky standard.
We have
Risky
really
standard.
bought into this rat.
Yeah, I love it.
Jenna is doing a lot of hard work for y'all.
Risky standard. Let's see. I probably don't need to push it. I don't know how I would, and I don't want Jenna to die. Oh my god. 6. You can't stop the rats, Sean.
They're coming.
Logan's rolled 3 times, and it's been a 6 for every time.
But the other roll has always been a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or a 0.
So Jenna does this. She's very convincing. The sort of guards and some of the servants don't really know what's up, but they're used to him receiving a lot of deliveries, at least. And it does eventually make its way down to the artifact room. And you can see, actually, I don't know how you didn't notice this before, but you see your box of rats was actually just tucked right next to the door on the inside, squeaking and scrabbling, very
They
unhappily.
start to wake up all at once and they start squeaking. I'm like, oh, yes, the rats. I forgot.
You thought it was
I always
just
have one of these sent ahead wherever we're going.
wherever, sent ahead. The plague rats.
Rat stashes across the city.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Always
oh,
very
great.
useful.
And we're like, we can
Okay,
like,
so
sort of
I'll
so
take the
release-
rat and throw the box into the room.
I mean,
I would
just
just
release
grab
the
it.
box into the room, and then I'll try to prowl and stay out of their sight while they're distracted by the rats. I think this sounds
Are you
like
prowling to the artifact? Is
Yeah.
that the idea?
I think.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Do you know how to get through the glass, though?
I
Or you
was
just gonna
gonna
wing it when you
just
get there.
get a tool and not touch it, just pull it out.
Sounds like you got this under control.
Yeah, okay.
Poke it with a stick? Yes. Okay, and Echo's like, I'm just gonna keep my eye on the weird swordy things, and if I see something going wrong,
Yeah.
I'll deal with it.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is fine.
Okay.
All right.
Release the rats!
So Duchess quickly grabs the containers, and there's like a hint of movement from the hulls when you reach inside to move those containers, but they don't seem to activate. And then you quickly open and release. How many rats do you think you released? 20, maybe?
Before I release them,
Are you gonna give them a drug?
I was going to give them a drug.
These poor rats. Lambs for the slaughter. Oh my gosh.
Is there a drug that makes you explode when you die?
Is there a drug that makes you especially quick?
No,
Frenzied.
but there is wait, what is that? I could give them blood needle.
What's that?
It gives them fever, euphoric mania, and rampant energy.
That sounds good.
Okay. Sure.
Are you going to say you already had that on you, or
I was gonna flashback to
Flashback?
acquire it, but we would get heat, and I
It's-
don't think it would actually make that much of a difference.
Okay,
so-
then don't do it.
Yeah, I forgot. You can't just get drugs for free. Pfft. Okay.
no? Unfortunately.
Ugh, dang. Well, Vinny had more fun
Yeah,
potions.
yeah.
That's why.
I will release the rats, and then I'll stand at the door and like toss them back in the room if they try and run out.
Okay, so you release these rats, and they go squeaking and scrabbling everywhere in a desperate frenzy.
Also,
to-
you asked a question, and I'm picturing 400.
No.
I think
How
like
many rats? I would give you a max of like 50.
50 then.
50.
We're all like, yes, that.
Which is still a lot.
A lot of rats.
Okay.
This box
So,
was
how am I
just
gonna
chock
do this?
full.
Okay, so keep. Okay, you're in charge of rats, rats, Logan. Okay, so you release these rats, and pretty quickly, like last time, the paper hit the hull and then it activated. With the rats, the hulls have already activated by the time the rats even get close to them, and they quickly start advancing and slicing and dicing these.
Okay.
Yes.
While this is happening, I'm gonna see if I can blind them with the lantern that I have checked. Like, I'm gonna watch how they move, and I'm gonna stick the lantern, like it's on a pole or whatever, and I'll stick it where it shines in one's eye.
Okay.
And just
leave
see if it, yeah.
and see what happens. Yeah, I'm not gonna stand by. I'm gonna put the lantern down, and I'll be like, back.
Okay, yeah, so this is gonna be like a weird mini game. Let's see. So the goal from that is to assist
With the rat
Sylph?
confusion.
or
Yeah, the goal with that is to slow down the hulls. I almost said droids. The hulls killing the rats. It is to
Okay.
slow down the hulls killing the rats, and also seeing if they react to if light blinds them, or if they just are must kill light source kind of a thing.
Okay. So, I'll need you to roll something for that.
Can I do finesse?
Yes, you can.
Can I have a finesse for 300? Am I going to be risky standard? What do you think?
Probably desperate limited.
The worst roll.
Well, then why would I do it?
I don't know. It'll still do something.
I don't know.
You're playing with fire. Yeah. I'll put
Let's
that out
wait
there.
And see how
it's not worth it. Let's see what happens. How fast they get through these rats. Okay, I back out of that plan. I think about it for a split second, and then I say, "No, that feels risky, limited."
Feels very risky. Playing with fire. Okay, so they start slicing and dicing these rats.
Yeah,
and
I'm going to.
Do you immediately just go in after them?
Like after the rats have been started being stabbed.
We've armed them as well.
I assume that the holes have moved a little bit, so I'll slip in there, try to avoid their sight, slip behind one maybe, just slither in there basically and try to get to where I think the artifact is without them seeing me.
Okay. That sounds desperate standard.
Okay. Great. Can I mark my fine shadow cloak to make it great?
Yes, probably. Let me see. What is the description of that shadow cloak?
It makes Prowl. It specifically affects Prowl. Prowl's effect level.
Mm-hmm.
I think is the description.
Fine shadow cloak blends into the darkness around it. Yeah, improve your effect level. Yes, you can do that.
Okay. Prowl, desperate, great. Plus 1d from Daredevil. Should be fine. 6.
You sort of slip in and around as the hulls take care of the rats and make your way through closer to the items. And once you get there, you can see a variety of different items. I think he's got maybe about 12 different artifacts in 2 rows of 6. And you can see towards the back, there is a amulet that seems to be sucking in the light around it. And it is shaped like a star made out of obsidian.
Cute.
It's almost actually difficult to see it because as you get closer to the artifact, it's almost like a void light. There's almost nothing there. And you don't have any trouble slipping through the holes. Logan, can you roll a fate die?
Yeah. Oh, just a second. 2.
Oh.
Okay, so despite slipping through them, it took you longer than you thought to try and avoid their sight lines, as well as trying to cling to the little bit of shadows to take advantage of your shadow cloak. Mm-hmm. And almost all the rats are dead, and 2 of the hulls have seemed to notice your presence. Their heads have turned to look at you, despite the fact that they're still slicing some rats in front of them. And you're pretty sure they're going to start advancing on you any second now.
Are they near the door, or are they on the far side?
These are the 2 that are closest to Abby, so they're on the farther side. But they're all nearer to the door. I'd say you have about 10.
Even with my great effect, that happens?
Look at that face.
Yes.
Okay.
You have time, but
not much.
But
okay.
you don't have much.
As I am the hull watcher, I see that their eyes have like snapped onto Abby. And I try one of two things. I throw a vial of it can be either ink or like makeup, it doesn't matter. At the head, like at the visage of the closest hull. Hoping, I guess, whatever the material is will obscure its vision.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Slow it down. I'm gonna say that's a finesse wreck or wreck.
You know what it? No, finesse makes sense.
Okay.
I was about to say you could make it hunt. It's like none of us have ever hunted.
None of us have ever hunted.
Ever.
Don't make us do it. Okay. I'll do finesse. Do you have a preference of like what I check off, Sean, or
what do you? Oh, yeah.
Like item wise.
Just check something. I think writing is like documents. One of the options I think is a general one.
Technically, find disguise kit doesn't count for my load.
So
but if
yes,
you're gonna make it cost me more.
I mean, that's up to you. I think the trade-off is if you use this, it's going to make your find disguise kit not fine anymore. And for this mission, but the other option is check a load for having access to whatever, to like writing.
All right,
stuff.
I'll check off documents. I'll probably, who knows, I use those a lot, so it could come in handy.
An unusual weapon seems appropriate.
I feel like an unusual weapon is
never-ending
like
inkwell.
It's like intended to be a weapon. Whereas
you could also just use a dead rat.
But I want it to stick. You got it. It's got to stick. I don't think the rat would stick like ink would.
Put binding oil on the rat.
You're the one with all the binding oil. What am I? What is that, Sean? Risky.
Do risky limited.
Can I trade position for effect?
Yeah, how are you gonna do that?
I mean, is it already not crazy enough? How am I gonna?
Could have made you desperate limited.
Ooh, just like again, whistle so they all look at you.
They don't react to sound.
They don't react to sound.
Wave your arms around.
Hey, over here! That's right.
Yeah, you could walk into the room to get a little closer. Maybe you need to get a better angle.
That's definitely.
It's technically looking away from you.
That is true. So yeah, I'll take a step in the room and their heads will swivel.
They do, yeah. The two closest to you look at you, and the other two also start turning at you.
And I throw at the one closest to Abby.
Okay.
The ink.
Okay.
Desperate.
Roll your desperate standard.
Standard. No bonus die. Okay, we can do it. Okay, come on, roll 20. Let's go.
It's another 6. They've rolled 6s on everything. This is like, how?
Except
every single
for the fortune roll.
Except for
we
that
should make it
roll.
A drinking game.
For you, Sean.
I would
take a shot every time.
If I took a shot every time they rolled a 6, I would be hammered within the first 10 minutes of this game.
Yes,
no, Sean,
we've
discussed this before, though. Anytime you put us like in a tight corner, we do really well. Any other time, we do really poorly.
And then I have to create ridiculous consequences for something dumb. Except for actual consequences for the hard stuff. Okay, so you throw, your aim goes true. Much experience throwing things back on your pirating days.
You don't have a lot to do as a pirate.
Lots of hand-eye coordination.
Throw small objects at people.
Yeah. And so it lands right in the face of these hulls. And one of them does, you can see the ink just kind of seeps into the mask and into sort of the eye holes. And it does seem to like slow down and kind of like stop reacting to some extent. Like it's not deactivated, and like it knows it still needs to be doing stuff, but it doesn't know what to do and like where to go.
Yeah, it's like, but how?
Yeah. So it's kind of just stuttering in place a little bit and maybe doing a small swipe every now and then. But there's still one more that, well, I guess you, two of them are now looking at you, and one was going to look at you, but is now looking back at Sylph. But Sylph, you are directly in front of the artifact.
Yep. Before I extract this artifact, do we want to take a quick break? It's about break time. And then we'll be back in 10 to see what happens.
We'll see how many objects
more rat shenanigans.
This might be a 3-part saga at the rate it's going.
I know.
How many more rats can we get involved?
This is a complicated score, okay?
It is complicated. There's so many rats.
There's
so
many
little
rats.
time.
Not enough rats, one might argue.
There's a lot of
Skurlock
dead
is gonna
rats
come back
now.
and he's gonna be like, what? So many rats.
What has happened here?
All right, we'll see y'all in a little bit. For sure.
It's challenging.
Okay, so Echo is trying to get the artifact that she needs from this pedestal, and she must pierce the basically translucent water bubble that is currently surrounding cubicle water bubble.
I'm so stressed about this water bubble, but I'm gonna take out. I imagine it's just. I don't know what. I'll just mark a load for this probably. But
it's a pair of like blacksmith's tongs.
No, like I want like a giant pair of like needle nose pliers that are like rubbery on the end, so like if it's electric it won't like shock me or anything. And I'll just like needle nose plier these out here.
Yes, that sounds fine.
Standard.
You can mark a load for that.
Okay. I'll mark an unusual weapon. Because why not? I can stab somebody.
It could be used as an unusual weapon, that's for sure. All right, and so you're going to just pick it on up out of there?
That's the plan. Can I don't know if I can use roll finesse to I don't know what this thing is, but like if it seems like it's giving off some kind of like bad vibe, just like stop and like let it rest, or like if it can be removed gently with finesse.
You can definitely use finesse.
And maybe
you want to try and take time to figure out what the bubble is.
No.
Okay, that's
Is this
fine.
a trick question?
This is a semi-trick question because there's a hull currently with you in its sights.
And I think maybe if I have like something of a similar like shape or size or something, I could like put it in as I'm taking this out, so it's like a swapperoo. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but you can.
A dead rat.
She's pulling an Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I don't know. So you've got 2 pliers. You're like one in each hand. And
oh, just touch it with the dead rat and see what it does to the rat. Like the little water thing.
Okay, great. I throw a rat inside of
it. Okay, so you throw a rat at the barrier.
Yeah.
It just phases through. It hits the pedestal bloody, and then proceeds to fall to the floor, getting rat blood everywhere.
Okay, sounds great.
And
just fill it with rats and push everything out with the rat bodies.
I think though, you start to see like a sort of rippling in all of the water, though, all of the different water containers, and so that's growing stronger by the second. So you either need to. Okay. So you just yoink it out.
Yep.
You roll
just
finesse
yoink
for
it.
me. Risky standard.
Risky standard. Do I get the feeling that this is arcane?
100%.
Okay, great. Can I make it desperate great because I'm just yoinking it out and not like really trying to be careful about it at all? I'm just like sticking my pliers in there.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So,
If you die on the mission we're doing to save you.
I mean, what better time to die
I have the spirit
What
bottle
better
ready.
than
time to
before
die?
you're going to die? So,
We'll keep you in a spirit bottle in the 7th tower.
okay.
We'll get you
We'll
a
find
hull
a
of your
hull.
own one day.
Yeah, we'll make a hull of your
Desperate great.
There is a ghost playbook. She can play as a ghost.
I could. Desperate great plus 1d for Daredevil. Oh, I keep losing my roll box. Go! 5.
I'm so disappointed.
5. Wow.
I know, I've broken the
First one to
streak.
break the streak.
How
Okay.
dare you?
All right.
We marking this desperate XP.
All right. Yeah.
We
Get that
doing.
desperate XP. So you yoink this out real fast, and you're immediately sprinting back towards the entrance.
Mhm.
You are not even looking behind yourself because you know that will just be a distraction. And as you're like, before you leave like the full sort of row of artifacts, you hear like a sort of like wet dripping splashing sound, and you hear behind you a sort of mischievous voice that says, "Ooh, little rats, what are you doing?" And the two of you who are looking back see a humanoid figure has sort of like morphed out of these watery cages and is now sort of rushing over to where the three of you are.
I
Is
am
this a
outside the room.
supernatural consequence, Sean?
It's supernatural.
Okay, great. I am going to resist that with warded.
Okay.
What does warded do?
I can expend my special armor to resist a supernatural consequence.
Oh. Maybe she's just an illusion.
Okay, so you resist, and the sort of figure seems to be distracted by all of the rats around
Oh,
it.
he's
and
actually talking to the rat.
the hulls instead of seeing the figure that has just
Because the
made
rat went
off with
first
an
through the barrier.
artifact.
Okay, I'm gonna get the heck out of Dodge.
Okay.
Super
Well,
speed.
I think your greater effect is that you do make it out of
Oh, okay.
the room. And you've resisted
Pull the lever,
consequence.
Kronk.
So, yes, you have temporarily escaped.
I'm so scared of whatever that is.
Yeah, what the heck was that?
I'm so scared.
Okay, so you pull the lever just as the hulls seem to be starting to finish off the last rats and advance on you, and the strange sort of figure in the water seemed to have been collecting itself, getting more defined, and looking around to try and figure out what was going on. But you quickly shut the door.
We
Oh my
yank
God.
that shut.
Okay.
And we go, bye-bye!
Yeah. Let's all just get out of here quickly.
99 problems, but whatever that was.
All right, and what do you do next?
Okay, we gotta go find this shattered crown thing now.
Mm-hmm.
It for sure was not in there, I think.
No, it's
Well-
in another. We know for sure it's in another place.
It's not a Forgotten God thing, so it wouldn't be
No.
in the secret Forgotten God
We
shrine.
know most likely that it wasn't in there.
Are you touching the artifact?
I got it in my floor.
In the pliers.
She's like running. With
I guess I can
put
hold them
in
like
a
this.
bag, or are you gonna?
Well,
Yeah,
it's
but
an
are you
amulet,
gonna
right?
Commune? Are you going to commune with people who walk in darkness?
It can be worn.
Does that feel like a bad idea?
No.
No, he
It
sent
feels
you here.
incredibly powerful.
He wants the god.
Which is both dangerous in and of itself, and you don't know what it does.
No, I'll just put it
He just wants
in
us to
a
waste
little
time.
pouch.
Be
for now.
reckless.
But I'm scared.
I'm
Use it
scared.
upstairs when it could
Yeah.
be much more fun.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. We'll wait till we go upstairs.
Okay.
So I'm imagining we
yeah.
like run back up those stairs.
Duchess hangs back for the briefest of moments,
Okay.
and she whips out a spray paint can, or the equivalent of Doskvol.
After her time in prison, now she starts tagging things.
And on the vault door, she quickly does
Foghound symbol.
it's the house sigil of her house.
Oh my
but
god.
upside down. And she just sprays that real quick and then comes back up.
So it's you and not Foxfire.
Yes.
Or is that like
this
our
is
symbol?
specifically Duchess. And I imagine the sigil's
Okay.
not well known. Scarlock might know who it is, but she's sort of rebranding it for herself.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
I can mark a load of an unusual weapon.
Yeah, do like paint or something. I don't
Please
know if
use
they have
that
spray
later on.
cans
We could have used that against the
with
holes.
compressed air, but yeah. So you can do that, and y'all scurry back on upstairs.
I catch
So
up
now
and I'm
you're-
like, she almost got out that door, but I kept her back. Don't worry.
Which seems very unlikely to the
And
two
we're
of
like,
you.
great.
That's fine, whatever.
Now you're kind of on
Pass
the
over that.
ground floor, but you still
Yes.
need to make it to wherever the crown is, which you also don't know exactly where that is.
So we said that it was either the basement or there was like a gallery area like upstairs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the ghost contact that Duchess has said that she was pretty sure there was 2 different locations for
And what
arcane versus non-arcane artifacts.
did the hive tell us? They just told us about the secret door. They didn't tell us about anything else, right?
Mm-mm.
No, they did
They
not.
said maybe bring a box of rats.
They said a
they're
box
like,
of rats is always useful in a tight spot.
Trade secret box of
I
rats.
mean, they told you that they want the crown specifically, and
Yeah.
that it's incredibly priceless, really.
Yeah,
but
immeasurable value is what they said specifically.
immeasurable values. So they would really like that crown, and I mean, there's probably other goodies around and about, but
All right, so I have my blue coat jacket on.
Oh, I forgot.
okay.
So I feel like Echo is just like, follow me, guys. And she's like, we're just gonna walk until we find someone, and then we're gonna get that person to take us to where we need to go.
It's not
And we're
like
gonna-
either of the rest of us look sketch as hell.
No. You guys are
Covered
Put
in
us in-
rat blood.
Put us in
Okay.
handcuffs so it looks like you're apprehending us.
I've just apprehended, and I need to like ascertain the security.
No, because then this is not a good idea. Because then a servant sees us. And we do not want heat from Skurlock. Like 0.
Abby, will you roll a fate die for me?
Ah! Ah!
What if
Abby,
I
you
said
can do
no?
Then I'm gonna
Abby-
roll it for you, or I'm
No,
gonna make
you
Logan
can
do
do-
it. Who
Abby.
has terrible fate die. 3, delicious. You hear screaming from outside and echoing down the hallways.
From
Outside?
the building?
Yeah, from like courtyards and
What did we do
Uh,
outside? Nothing.
Nothing.
nothing
Skurlock
that
is
you
back,
know of.
and he's killing people.
All you know is that you hear screaming, and it sounds terrible.
Like wet? Is it wet screaming?
And also, like, it's not like gurgling wet screaming. It's like shrieks of terror and
Like ghost-
Something
Ghostly terror?
supernatural just happened.
and there might be some ghostly terror involved as well.
Let's keep moving.
Let's keep.
We're
Not
going quick.
affecting us yet.
We don't care.
And you hear shouts. You hear the shrieks of terror, and then you start to hear shouts really quickly.
Oh, jeez.
Like from
okay.
what you can imagine is the guard forces.
I'm concerned about Skurlock knowing who we are.
Okay.
Don't be.
Why?
We already tagged.
I don't know.
We already.
I have no reason. I just don't want you to be.
So we could just group prowl up to the gallery, see if it's there. If not, try another approach.
All right,
like we gotta go quick.
Let's group prowl.
Yeah,
group prowl.
Group prowl.
Who wants to lead it? I have 5 left.
I have 4 left.
I have a lot left.
Okay,
so
you can lead.
All right, group prowl. Y'all are gonna be desperate standard.
Perfect. Just keep marking that XP.
Get that XP, girl.
It's fine.
Okay. That's not bad either. That's also a success.
But
Desperate
y'all will not be able to get it.
Oh wait, I need to add 1 to mine. Hold on. Sorry.
I think that's good.
It's so good.
It's too good.
Crit!
Of course she got the crit.
Nice! I get no stress.
Do you remember when you were just saying, oh, you guys can't get a crit?
Unless I never finished the part where I said unless... Okay.
I love it.
Okay. So, y'all quickly... everyone, the house seems to have emptied very quickly. And
we are sufficiently terrified.
Are also moving on adrenaline and very quickly and quietly make your way up the stairs. And it's not particularly hard to find sort of this gallery. It's in a large, you make your way up sort of a large staircase, and then just lining the wall is a series of just various artifacts that all have little... I mean, they're all encased behind glass this time, and they're kind of embedded into, like, the wall. So there's, like, you see, like, wood paneling around it, and then it's got sort of these framed artifacts. And there's, like, once again, there's, like, 10 artifacts. You don't see any guards. There are 2 statues that are kind of flanking the staircase, of a sort of beautiful woman holding a rose and standing on sort of like a pedestal of thorns. And then you also see a couple paintings, which are just kind of abstract black works, unusual for Doskvol.
Do we see the crown pieces?
Oh yeah, easily enough. You see the crown. It is. You can immediately tell it's incredibly valuable. It's sort of like a. It's more almost like verging on a headdress. Like it's incredibly elaborate and large, and it's obviously gold as well. It's got like pearls and raw cut sort of stones embedded into it.
Wow, that sounds beautiful. I take my sledgehammer and smash the glass case.
Okay, you smash the glass.
Sure, we'll let that happen.
Will you roll a wreck for me?
I've wanted to roll a wreck for so long.
And you're going to be
You have been mentioning that sledgehammer a lot.
You're going to be desperate.
Wait, Abby, can we use our silence potion?
0 effect.
Abby used it on her. You were muted, Abby.
Lol. The problem with the silence potion. We could... But then it ticks up accosted by spirit wardens to 3, and I think that's a real bad time for that.
Oh yeah. No, let's not do that. Okay.
Also, did you say 0 effect?
It did, yeah.
Well,
what is this glass made out of?
Super reinforced.
Is it 0 effect because my hammer's not effective on the glass? Or something else that I don't know about?
No, it's because the hammer is not going to be very effective against this glass unless you do some stuff to make it more effective.
Does it just look like normal glass?
It does. You can tell it's very thick.
I won't.
Does it look like
you've also heard of like reinforced glass before?
Is there like a key slot.
Um,
Kind of like.
no. There's no sort of key slot.
Well,
Throw a vial of electroplasm.
There's no key slot.
There's no visible key slot.
Is this entire object movable?
No, it is embedded in the wall.
Oh, what? What does this look like?
The case is embedded in the wall.
Is there like a stand as well?
No.
It's like
there's a stand in the wall. Like, so imagine the flat facade of the wall, and then there's a piece of incredibly thick glass.
Yeah.
Behind that glass is a recessed area which houses the objects.
Is the back of it also glass, or is it wall?
No, that's wall.
Okay, we
So
gotta
there's just
go
one
in the
glass
back.
front.
Go sledgehammer the wall.
why don't we just sledgehammer around it and like pop the glass out?
Yeah, that's also good.
That might take a while, though.
Can I flash back and acquire Vinny?
What do you want me to do?
Yeah,
Vinny.
yeah.
Toots. I'm gonna need a discreet way of breaking through some glass. You know, I don't know if that's acid. I don't know if that's like a localized explosion.
No, I got this new thing I've been working on. It's a spirit bottle with a banshee inside, and you hold it up to the glass, and it like supersonic shakes the glass, something funky, and it really shatters it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you actually want to flashback to acquire Vinny?
Yes.
Okay,
I was
so
not kidding.
you have to pay for downtime.
Do I have to roll as Vinny to craft this item I just came up with?
Are you actually going to use that item? I don't think that item quite makes sense.
I will 100% pay for Vinny to specially make me a... You know, I don't know, what is it like in spy movies where they have like the glass cutter
the diamonds,
kind of thing?
Yeah, they're like diamond edge cutters.
I want that.
I mean, we can probably just... You don't need Vinny for that. Like, you can just mark subterfuge tools or something. Or burglary gear.
Yeah, burglary gear maybe.
I mean, do we think that
or demolition tools have something like that in
just
them,
like cut that circle, get it out
but
of there.
But if this is like 6-inch glass, I don't know if those are gonna work.
No, probably
it's not. At least like an inch.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking this is whatever Vinny would make would be like a super.
Can we just shoot it?
Remember, he is tier 3, so all of his objects and stuff are tier 3.
Vinny's
and
tier
y'all
3,
are tier
Sean?
1.
What I'm hearing is that Vinny
Skurlock
is tier 3.
Is tier 3. Which is scary.
Okay, hold on.
And has not been used to its full potential.
Let's pause on this plan then.
Okay, so y'all are standing there. I want to
acquire
discussing
a different asset. No.
No.
I'm still in flashback. I'm acquiring a different asset. Somebody in the house gonna be helping me.
Somebody in the house is gonna be helping me.
Yes, open this safe. This display case, whatever.
Okay.
Flashback.
How? Just that.
I said it, Sean.
How? What are you gonna do?
I blackmail them.
You blackmail someone? Okay.
Yes. With incriminating evidence that would get them fired from Lord Skurlock's their position with Lord Skurlock. So it's kind of like they're screwed, so they might as well help us. And so I basically am like, I only need you to do one thing, and one thing only. We need a way to get into this. You know, we need to obtain this item. And like, we need to know the plans of like this stand or the setup, like this room. We need the plans or like the key, but it doesn't seem like there's a key. So like whatever you know about this room, we need it, and like we need you to leave, you know, an important item.
Okay,
Hashtag.
so you need this person to give you basically the access to
Correct.
these
Whatever that access is.
these
since I
sort
don't
of
know.
display cases.
Yes. Like if it's a code word.
Okay,
if it's
so you're
like
gonna need to. I think you can find maybe one of his personal guard, like one of his members of the guard service off duty.
Yes, and I do this in disguise as like a blue coat.
Okay, that's gonna be. This is pretty challenging, so it's gonna be a 2 stress flashback, and then you're still gonna need to sway them.
Can I use
That's
foresight? I know I've used it once. I don't think I've used it twice.
That sounds right.
Can I flash back and check a document, and it's like a forged warrant for this person, and then Sarah can be like,
Ooh.
I know this is fake, you know this is fake, but everyone else thinks it's real, so help me or you're going to be arrested.
Yes.
Okay.
Wunderbar.
What do you want that to do? Do you want it to
It's
give
just
her an extra
it's just
die, or
an assist. I think she can choose.
yeah? Well, you can
I
get
don't
an extra
need
die,
an
or
extra die, but it can be effect. It can like help my
it can increase the effect.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, actually, assist is
Assist is only an
it's
extra
only a
die.
die.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to use a setup action to get
Yeah.
improved effect level or position.
But I mean, an extra die still helps you crit. So
yeah. Okay. Well, I will.
Okay, and your position for this is going to be risky standard,
Whiskey standard.
or I'll make it risky great because Logan.
Okay.
I guess I'm not supposed to, but who cares about rules? Y'all just roll 6s anyway.
Rules don't matter. Risky great. We've never gotten extreme.
Just trade positions so you can make a desperate roll anyway.
No, it's not worth it.
I won't do that to Sean. Okay, so I get 2 bonus die since I am in disguise when this is happening, and Logan set me up.
Oh, well, if you're using his thing for setting up, then you're just standard for effect.
Oh, well,
I
then
forgot that you were getting the die out of it.
And then I won't take his die, and then I'll take his effect. If we said we're not paying attention to rules. Okay.
We like to ignore rules here.
What are rules?
It's a rules-free zone. As I hold the rule book
open. Echo.
5? Not bad.
Right.
No 6s. Oh my gosh.
The joy in Sean's voice.
That's a first. I got a 3, 2, 3. The only thing that would have made it better is if that first dice was a 1.
Too bad. So sad.
All right. So you succeed. He's like, okay, so you want me, you're basically going to get me fired from my job either way to help you with this bullshit.
Yeah.
And he says, if you want my help, you're going to give me 2 coin so that I can at least survive while I look for a new job.
That's fine.
That's fine. Whatever.
Just
Here's
resist that. Coin better than stress.
I mean, depending on how much stress you have, that might be a good idea. But
I don't actually think I have. How much coin did you say? 4?
2.
2. Oh, I have 2 coin. Whatever. I make 2 stash every downtime.
That's true.
Stash is only 1 coin.
I know, but I still have a lot of stash.
It goes paying the bills.
Paying those bills.
I need to get a job as a professor too.
Yeah, girl. All right, yeah, just pay you off. I want him to be relatively happy with us. You know, like feel relatively satisfied.
Okay, so he takes the money and says, I'll get you access to these, but what happens after that is on your head.
And I'm like,
and
thanks, boo.
He is not happy with you.
I don't care.
And takes your money. So when y'all arrive up the stairs, I think maybe Duchess is kind of like flicking the glass to like figure out how strong it is, and it's like, maybe I could sledge my way through this, maybe I couldn't. But meanwhile, Echo is like ready for this, obviously, and
I pull the lever, and I'm like,
yeah, you find a document a little document hidden in kind of in a potted plant or something, and he's got a little signet ring in there, as well as little instructions that says if you flip open this panel and impress the ring, which seems to have sort of like a structural design on top, into the sort of recess and turn it clockwise 3 times, it will open all of the cases.
So I'm like, I let you guys like be looking at this, and I'm like quietly in the background, like and you hear like the clicks, and everything opens, and Duchess is like, I did it.
It opens with flicking, apparently. What a strange device.
I don't think they like open. I don't.
I imagine like space shuttle, like.
Yeah, there's like a.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like an air seal kind of effect to it. I think they don't just like. It's not like they all just lift up completely open, but they sort of like the paneling. Some of the wood paneling all like pulls out, and you can see there's a hinge on one side, so it's easy enough to just open the door to get access to one at a time. So they're not all just sort of free floating.
I'm like, grab it.
Yank that.
Okay.
Sweep all those pieces into a bag.
Yeah.
So you grab that, and
I pocket the signet
I
ring.
think as you grab it, you hear 2 voices speaking in unison that sound like kind of the grating of stone. And you see that the 2 statues have turned to look at you and point one sort of hand with the rose in its fist, and they say, "Who are you intruders to take that which is the Lord Skurlock's?"
Sledgehammer!
I mean, we can just run now, right?
I mean, yeah.
We have everything.
We're the Foghounds, and we got you good. Ha ha ha!
We're Foghounds. I wear a pirate hat all the time.
My name is Bear, and I'm
the Foghounds are our enemy gang, and this is how we're trying to frame the other gang.
They don't seem to really react to any of that, and just say, "Put it back. We'll face the consequences."
Okay.
Is there a
dead rat in the thing, and we run.
All right. Are you gonna run?
Yeah, let's run.
Yeah, let's run.
Can we throw a smoke bomb like as we run?
Okay.
Smoke bomb out.
I don't know if statues use sight.
I want you all to make resistance rolls with
prowess, probably. It sounds
prowess.
like, yeah.
Okay.
What's the consequence? Like, we could not resist it.
You see that literal stone vines are distressingly quickly snaking their way towards you.
What is it with you and stone, Sean? First basilisks, now stone vines.
It's like the idea of statues attacking you.
I know. And the roses. Very 90s anime, very Yu Yu Hakusho, I approve.
Very Yu Yu Hakusho.
I take 1 stress.
I clear 1 stress.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
We're so quick.
No stress.
We're so sweat.
Quick. Except Sylph.
Yeah, I took 1.
I get away and leaving that dead rat's little chuckle, and I feel a little less stressful.
Okay, so you make your way, you resist the initial assault of these stone vines that are kind of coursing after you, but you still need to escape the sort of mansion. Will you roll another fate die for me, Abby?
Yeah.
Go, Abby, go!
Roll 20! Oh!
The sort of shrieks and screams from outside have kind of descended into chaos, and you can still hear them and it's incredibly distressing.
I didn't know which would be worse, them getting louder or quieter.
Okay, what could be happening out there?
I'm sure there's a giant ghost water demon outside just destroying everything.
That's fine.
So let's go out the back door into our gondola where the water demon can't get us.
The water demon can't get us in the gondola?
No, it's like a circle of salt, like it's a boat and water can't get into boats.
That's a heck of a logical leap.
I did make my gondola with ghost-proof wood. I forgot to mention that.
Ghost-proof wood.
Ghost-proof wood.
I mean, I think we should go out the back and get our gondola.
Yeah, I think we should, like, run out a window, land into the gondola kind of a thing, jet away kind of a deal.
We can portage it if needed.
Okay, so you need to roll something to get...
Okay, let's do group prowl again, yeah?
Are we being stealthy? Or is what's like move quick?
Prowl?
Still prowl,
Finesse.
pretty much. Or
I don't know.
if there's no, like, just basic dexterity.
Yeah, I don't think there's a run. I think prowl is still... Prowl about unseen and traverse obstacles. Climb, swim, run, jump, and tumble. So we're just running with prowl.
Alright, we're running and potentially tumbling.
Who wants to lead?
I can. I have so much stress left.
Okay. I guess you just cleared
I took 2 stress, Sean, for that flashback. Was that right?
Yes, to get the key. And you lost 2 points.
What's our status, Sean?
You are desperate. I'm gonna say desperate limited. For reasons that you don't necessarily know right away.
If I hold up the back and like try to use my shadow cloak to like obscure most of our movement, can we get increased effect?
No.
If I
You just hold the shadow cloak.
Like a big wall.
Pay no attention to the heist behind the cloak.
No.
Do I know if a smoke bomb, like, would that be effective against a statue? I'm assuming not.
No.
Okay.
We still have an EMT bomb.
EMP.
EMP, whatever. I don't know.
No,
But I don't. Yeah, we'll be fine. Limited is we can
we'll be
still
fine.
succeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Upper vowel. What did we say? Desperate limited. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we just run
6.
Inspired.
Thank God.
Yep.
Allez.
Well.
Okay, so 2 stress.
I am in fact carrying my
Sorry.
cloak like this.
So,
She like, yeah.
I have
so
to hide.
y'all, you quickly sort of scurry down the stairs, and you can hear these statues like following you, and more what sounds like more sort of vines coming out. But that's not what you're necessarily worried about in about 2 seconds. As you make your way, like you keep running down the hallway, you hear sort of like a terrifyingly guttural growl, and looking behind you, you see 3 pitch black hounds with no eyes and sort of a slavering, multi-opened jaw filled with teeth are now chasing after you. You make
Are
it.
these hellhounds? What are these?
You make it to the entry, like that very first door that you got to before the hounds are like upon you all.
Can I have used the smoke bomb, like when I notice the hounds, to maybe slow them down or something?
You can, but they don't have any eyes.
Oh, yeah.
It stings eyes and is hard to breathe. Do they breathe?
They have sensitive noses that get very, very irritated.
That's actually a very good question if they breathe or not.
Yeah, do they breathe? Do they ingest things?
Maybe we'll just keep running. We'll just get to this door and see what happens.
Well, they you get to this door right as they sort of are within just like 5 feet of you, and they look like they're about to pounce.
Can I flash back to when I grabbed the chonkiest rat available and kept it alive this whole time?
We each took a rat when we left. I put mine in the safe. She has hers, and Echo still has hers.
She picked the chonkiest rat. Oh. Saved by rats. That's nice.
You've just got another rat box.
Yeah, we each picked our favorite from the litter, and the rest got sacrificed.
It's like, oh, this big boy, he will be mine.
I mean, yes. I guess. Each of you has a rat.
I put mine in the safe.
Yes, I just did.
Her name was Salia, the rat, and I put her in that safe and left her.
She was alive.
If you're gonna have a rat, I think you're gonna need to pay a flashback stress.
Is that stressful?
For trying to maintain a rat on your person.
It is a live rat.
Yeah, a live rat that doesn't like you.
The stress is that the rat, you're going to have to sacrifice it.
It's very sad.
The stress is from, the emotional
His name's Bubba.
Bubba was a good rat.
Bubba was a good fat rat.
Okay, so you all have a rat except Duchess.
2 rats.
And
we're like...
Okay, you try to distract these
rub
hounds.
Baba over myself so that it kind of like gets my scent on it too, and then I'll just like chuck it at the hounds and like near them to hopefully distract them a little bit.
Okay, is that what Echo's doing too? You just muted yourself.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna say, why the heck not?
Okay, and what is Duchess doing?
Is the door locked, or can we just open the door?
No, it's still open from when you used it. You're just not sure if you'll have enough time to open and close the door before these hounds will get to you.
I'm thinking I throw it's a vial of slumber essence. I can never remember. Is that a liquid or like a...
It's a
liquid.
Okay.
That's supposed to consume.
Well, you guys do your thing, and then I have a flashback if it doesn't work.
Okay, great.
I have a backup flashback too.
I'm gonna give you
meanwhile, Duchess is sledgehammering the door down.
Limited.
Desperate limited? Okay, can we do it? What are we rolling? Finesse? Skirmish?
I don't know.
Prowl?
Command the rat to run away.
Sean, what if I said that I fed my rat trance powder?
Reverse hunt.
That would have no effect on anything necessarily.
Roll a hunt, just so that you roll it first.
No!
I think finesse, sleight of hand, which would be pulling out the rat and throwing it, probably.
Are we group actioning this, or are we...
Let's do it.
Okay, well, do I have to participate in the group action?
No,
to get
you don't
the
have
benefits
to.
Of it?
To get the what benefit? Yes.
Yeah.
What benefits?
What are you guys trying to do?
That is the question.
The benefit is that they distract the hounds long enough.
We can do it just by ourselves.
Yes.
So if I don't participate, will I have to?
No.
Do okay.
We can still.
I'm looking to Sean for confirmation.
I mean, there are 3 hounds and only 2 rats.
Oh. Let's get out some eel from your lunch.
Your eel sandwich.
I haven't eaten in 32 years. I just drink whiskey, darling.
Be careful. If you pull out an eel sandwich, you might get a certain visitor.
There's an eel sandwich I smell. I'll just try and whap it in the head with my hammer.
She's whack-a-mole today. Yeah. Okay. So desperate limited for us two, though?
Yes.
Can I just
limited.
merge myself into that group action?
No, because your action's probably not a finesse.
We could do prowl and ambush with close violence with these rats.
You're not ambushing. They're definitely ambushing you, more likely.
They're ambushing you.
I would say, I mean, you'd have to make a good argument for finesse, Logan, because otherwise I think skirmish makes the most sense.
Okay, I'll just shoot my thing with a pocket pistol then.
Just so skirmish.
I thought finesse.
Is that finesse?
Yeah, well...
Concealed weapon. I don't know.
It's maybe hunt.
Definitely not hunt. In the past, I think we've done finesse and prowl and skirmish.
But I think
it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Prowl has to be surprise.
Yeah.
Finesse also has to be for surprise. Like, it feels like maybe kind of surprise, and also like
skirmish is close combat, and hunt
quickly
is
pulling it out.
ranged.
Skirmish is close combat.
Well, I'll do something else. You guys do yours.
Okay.
And then
I mean, you
I'll
can do it. Just
well, if it's
you
not
just
going
need
to
to
be
make a case for finesse. That's all. I don't
I
tell
aim.
you. That's not what finesse means.
It's employ subtle misdirection or sleight of hand. Handle a vehicle or a mount.
No.
So you could get on top of him and be like, "Let's go, boy!"
Okay, here, Sean. I'm gonna shoot. I'm not trying to shoot it. I'm trying to like shoot its paws or something to like make it like take a step back, giving us enough time to get out. Because I don't think I can kill this thing with a pocket pistol.
Probably not. Okay. That sounds all right. All of you will be desperate limit.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I think it's a group action for Echo and Sylph.
Oh, that's
Great.
real bad.
It's gonna be great!
Oh no!
My dreams have come true! This is beautiful. Oh my god.
No, I don't like.
Hallelujah. Praise he who walks in darkness. Praise that which hungers. And praise be the Lady of Thorns. Because, boy, howdy, they are all in a lot of trouble now. Alright, the real question is, do we want to take a quick break while I figure out...
let's do that.
Do we want to give Sean more time to figure out?
No.
Yes.
Okay, give us our consequence.
No, decide now. You have to decide now. You don't get more time.
No,
Like
I
us.
need more time. We're taking a 10-minute break, y'all. Thank you so much. Please tune in. 10 minutes. We'll see what happens to our lovely group of Foxfires who might
be fine.
Fox extinguished soon. All right.
Rude.
Thank you, everyone.
Rude.
You guys believe that?
Oh
I
my
need
gosh,
to turn on the
close.
sound again. Okay, we're actually
Turn on
back.
that sound.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. And I'm glad you're
Sean.
back because, boy, howdy do I have a plan for
Help
these
us.
You're gonna
three
be so kind and
lovely
benevolent.
players. I'm going to be so kind and benevolent.
So
You
kind
have
and benevolent.
3 consequences for this action.
Mhm. I'm
One
ready.
for each of you. So,
True.
let's see, for Sylph, your hellhound completely ignores the rat and instead lunges at your throat.
Baba,
Take
no!
level 3 harm.
Oh, God. Okay, great.
3
so,
harm?
Let's see.
Use that armor.
You need help.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna mark armor.
Oh yeah, I still have armor. We're fine.
You have to have the load for armor is the real problem. Do I resist with 3 stress?
I mean, does that knock it down to level 2 harm?
So the armor will knock it to level 2.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then if I
that's probably
resisted,
fine then.
okay.
I mean, you probably don't resist that.
Okay,
towards
what's it
the
called?
end. Eviscerated neck.
Call it, let's say just, like gaping wound.
Dog
From it
bite.
trying to claw, or not even claw, to trying to bite open your neck. I think, it goes at you, and instead of getting your neck, it kind of like lands, it hits your shoulder instead.
It's my
So it just
scales.
kind of rips through, and hits your scales partially, but it rips through basically your shoulder, leaving you bloodied while it kind of gathers its wits again.
Did we mention Tycherousi blood is poison?
Specifically to weird dogs.
Specifically.
Okay, the next consequence is going to be that a wall of thorns starts growing across the doorway that your
is a bad
wall of thorns goes across, and you can see the two statues further down, still far away from the hallway, but they're coming, and the thorns are kind of approaching. But they are going across the wall.
Wait, so
and then the last consequence
for? Or is this just for all of us?
It's just in general.
Okay.
It's not specific, but you can imagine one is for each of you if you like. There's no real reason. If someone wants to resist,
can I know what the last one is before I
Yes, the last one is mark 3 ticks on Lord Skurlock returns.
Does that fill it up?
No.
He's 1 tick away, I believe, because it's only a 4
He's like,
block.
darling, I'm
home. It should be okay.
We should be okay.
That should be okay. The thorns are bad.
I can resist the thorns.
Can you?
Wow.
How many do you have?
I have 3. You have 3. She has 2, I think.
I have 2, yeah.
What would we be resisting with? Just quickly opening the door before they get there, or
I would say prowess, because you would have to break the
3.
ones that are on there off.
I also have 3.
Okay. I mean, I will.
I love that noise.
That's my thinking noise.
I'll just. Do you want to gain a trauma in your special episode?
I mean, I will.
Oh, why?
Because of the ritual.
We'll go over that at a later date.
We'll discuss.
Okay, I'll do it then. I say, finally! And I take out these sledgehammer and I hit the vines as they're growing and break them.
Okay.
Because they're stone vines.
Okay. Yes.
Prowess. Oh, I'm so scared.
She has so much pent-up rage from being jailed that it's just like...
Oh, I clear 1 stress. I have been wanting to use this thing so much! I finally get the chance, and I just let them
feels good!
Alright, you start breaking the thorns.
And maybe it hurts the statues, too. And
kind of fend off your hound, a little bit. Both you and Echo are kind of stuck dealing with the thorns and also trying to keep your 2 hounds at bay. But you still need to try and escape again somehow. So you have not failed your initial chance to escape. Yeah, I think you can open the door, but the hounds are still following you, and the statues. More or less.
Yeah, but I want to get through because if the statues can't block up our escape, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Can we can group action
prowl to just run fast or something else?
Prowl? I don't know if prowl. I mean, by now you're basically in combat, wrecking? So I would let you prowl.
Prowl is for anything athletic, though. It has climb, swim, run, jump, and tumble as examples in it.
But we just have to open the door.
And get away from the hounds.
I have more
Wreck is create distractions and such.
I guess if we can get the door back closed, then we don't have to worry about it.
That's true.
How much do you have in Wreck?
0.
2.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I can lead this. I have...
You have 4, I guess now.
Yeah. Okay, well, group action Wreck, Sean. Creating distractions. Or I'm just, wildly swinging my sledgehammer to, get some space for them to open the door and get out.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you're gonna
try and
overwhelm
drop
with
kick
sheer
the
force
door.
with Wreck.
Yes.
You are desperate, limited, because you're outnumbered and outclassed.
Can I Does anyone have any? Do you have a devil's bargain for me? Can I push myself to get effect?
Yeah. Yes, that's one of the main things
I
you're pushing yourself.
I could push myself and maneuver to confuse my enemies so they mistakenly attack each other.
Oh, what?
What? Yeah, let's do that.
I've never used that before.
What is
Yes.
this?
Rarely in combat. Okay, so that's one of your special things, isn't it?
Yeah, the devil's footsteps.
What mechanical effect does that have?
Maneuver to confuse your enemies so they attack each other.
Oh, but
Do
it's
the
just
little-
like
do
pushing
the little
yourself?
bell
Yeah, it's
thing.
when you push yourself, you can also have one
Okay.
of these.
Okay. So do you want to do that then?
I mean, do we still want to do a group action and that can just be an addendum to our rec?
Yeah.
Or I could,
Yeah, I mean, that would change sort of what the outcome is, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that happens regardless
like-
of if we succeed, which is also still good.
Yeah, because that costs you 2, but you have 3 to spare.
Yep.
Right? And then I'm leading it, so I can take...
Yep.
Even
Yeah,
if we
and
all fail, I
I
still won't
only
be
have-
traumatized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So wreck, we say.
Yeah.
Are we still saying it's desperate standard now?
That's, I mean, is that what you're pushing yourself for?
Yes.
The standard effect? Okay. Yes.
Sir-
May he who walks
No,
in darkness.
Yeah, that's fine. If it affects all of us to give a standard effect, then that's what I'll do.
Yeah, I think that's fine. 'Cause
Okay.
It's a group action.
Desperate. Okay, that's good. That's good. Desperate.
One
stand.
success.
Right, let's go. No.
Oh, I got a success too.
You take 0
so-
die.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a 4.
Okay, so Echo failed, so I'll take 1 stress. from
One
that.
stress.
And then we get a
alright.
4.
Okay. So you wreck, I think maybe, I don't know, how do you two help with Duchess's wrecking? Sylph is kind of like maybe trying to weave in between them to get them to
Just like smack them
strike
on the
each
heads
other.
and then make them angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just picture myself, like I'm just like drop kicking this door open.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm sort of like between the hounds and them with the hammer, so I feel like I would be the one to take the complication if it's like harm or something.
Yeah. So I think what happens is, what is your severe harm or serious complication? I think so. So Sylph gets the door open, like just kicks the door open real fast.
Echo.
Yeah, Echo. Gosh, why do we keep doing that?
Our names
No.
are somehow very simple.
Somehow.
Somehow in my
I
head they
also
are.
like really, it's a 50-50 chance if I get it right in my mind.
Okay, so Echo drop kicks the door open, and meanwhile Sylph is kind of trying to distract the dogs and weave in between it. Maybe you're using like your scarf and your cloak to kind of like shield and deflect. And they do seem to, you get a couple of them to kind of like chomp on each other. The statues are approaching, but they're still pretty far away. And then Duchess, you actually get some hits in on the dogs, and you seem to have wounded them a little bit on top of the stuff that Sylph has been doing. See, I had to think
Whack-a-dog.
about that for 5 seconds. And I think your consequence is going to be that you take one more on Lord Spurlock arrives. Or 2, really. But
We don't want to.
you could just complete that clock real
I
quick.
Can we resist that?
Yeah, we can resist it.
You're going to have to resist it to 0,
So twice.
which means 2 resistance.
Jesus. I mean, he's not gonna come in the back door.
It doesn't say that he arrives to the place. He just arrives where we are. Maybe he looks out a window and I was like, I've been here the whole time.
No, it's a statue.
Lord
Bubba
Skurlock
turns
returns.
into him, and he's like, "I've been watching you. I'm Bubba."
We saw. No,
He morphs
he's
out
not
of the rat.
Tail. We saw him leave. That's like why we came in this whole time.
Okay, well, I'm willing to resist. It's somebody else because it doesn't make sense for me to resist if one of you also don't want to resist.
I can take a chance.
Are we through the door?
The door is open and you can get through it.
Okay.
You've created enough space and room. Like you just need to make another run for it, maybe.
Treat yourself like a stolen car.
It's true.
Okay, yeah,
I can resist it too.
What do we resist with? Prowess? Resolve?
Um,
Insight? I just
that's
listed all three of them.
Great question. What should you resist with? Resist?
Probably
Or-
insight.
I mean, I guess it's like we're fast. You guys are fast enough that he.
He arrives after we've left.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How about insight?
No,
So
no,
that
no, no.
He doesn't
no,
know
no,
because
no,
it's
no,
understanding.
no.
So maybe Lord Skurlock arrives but doesn't know what's going on yet.
He's distracted by whatever the hell's happening in the front yard.
He's very confused by the
He's like,
rats
why are there
and the
so many-
alarms going off.
Why is there a rat in this safe?
Bubba just waddles out.
No, he's like, why is there wet screaming happening?
Okay. Oh no.
Oh no, he's
Are
right.
you sure?
2. Okay, great.
Okay.
So I have one stress left.
So one
But
other
you're
person needs
still
to
in?
do.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
still in.
Okay.
Come
Oh,
on, Abby.
That
do
just
I? Okay, I
manages
have a
their stress very
question. Do I get -1d on resisting too because of my injury, or is it just on action rolls?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because then
That's a good
I
question.
maybe shouldn't do it.
I have only 1 in insight.
Okay, I have 2, so maybe I should still do it.
The my other thing is that like you could put that amulet on. We haven't tried that
Yeah,
yet.
I know, but we have to resist this consequence.
Yeah, we
and
have
then
to
I
resist
can
this
do that.
and then put that
Yeah.
amulet on and go Super Saiyan on us.
But I think maybe if I get traumatized, is me using the amulet to help us get out.
Okay.
No idea. It doesn't actually say. It just says -1d. That's interesting. I think my initial thought would be just on action.
Just on action rolls? Well, we'll see if it factors it in, I guess.
But that is an important thing to know, actually.
I have to roll a 6. If I don't.
What?
Yes.
Why can't Sarah? Why can't Echo?
Echo would also have to roll a 6.
I have
think.
only 1 in insight.
Oh,
How many stress
But if
do you
you
have?
let me roll prowess or resolve,
How many stress do you have left?
2.
2. See, I only have 1. Well, I'll just roll. It's fine.
No,
Whatever.
let's do. I can do it. You're about to have your soul ripped out of
No,
your body.
I'll do it. I at least have 2 dice.
Can I assist or reserve this round?
no.
You can pool
No?
our dice.
No.
I can't.
No! That's only for action rolls. Teamwork is only for action rolls.
You don't make that answer, Sean.
Okay, I'm just doing it.
You could protect.
Stop, don't look!
I'm gonna murder all of you.
Abby!
Oh,
Abby, I'm like
God.
taking your face and I'm just like, you're the queen of the game.
Oh my gosh. A crit on that. I should have taken a die away.
Clear one stress, boo. Clear that stress.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right.
Lord Skurlock is held up.
Yes, he is very distracted by all things that are happening right now.
Bubba has got away. He got to him and bit his ankle and held him up.
Okay, so you've created some space between you and the dogs and have made it down into the hallway. Duchess is sort of fending them off with her sledgehammer in this sort of narrow corridor. But you need to make one final roll to escape.
We're all like,
now can it be Prowl?
Yes. Now
I guess you have to lead this one, Sarah. Or wait, no, how much stress do you have, Abby?
2.
Left.
We both.
But I mean, like, I can only take 1, right? And Echo can only take 1.
If you fill up, you.
Can we split lead?
I'll lead it. I'm confident.
She's untouchable. He who watches.
I know what advance I'm taking if I end up with 3 trauma.
Oh, okay, sure. Prowl then. What's our position in effect?
Prowl on out of here.
Desperate standard.
Sean, I started with 1 in prowess, and I am now 1 away from leveling up because of these desperate rolls.
I know, I'm eating them out like candy, but they're the only way to get good consequences.
Desperate what?
Standard. Okay. He
5?
who walks in darkness, watch over us.
Okay, Sarah, you
All right. So, this is what happens. So, Duchess is fending off these hounds. You can hear the statues getting closer and closer. You see more vines creeping down the corridor. You hear strange shouts and conversation happening from upstairs, and the courtyard is decidedly quieter than it ever should be. And Slyph, realizing this is perhaps her greatest time of need, takes out the amulet of He Who Walks in Darkness, and clutching it close, says a quick prayer before connecting her mind and soul to the power of her Lord and Savior. And in the blink of an eye, the 3 of you just disappear, basically. And suddenly you look around you, and it's as if the world is wreathed in strange shadows and shapes. You can barely make out the forms of each other. Your souls are like flickering candles attached to the sort of physicality of your body. And you can see that these hounds, they themselves have no souls. And even the walls around you are kind of ethereal and almost translucent. But the hounds themselves seem stunned, almost like they have lost complete sight of you. And Slyph, you hear a voice and a pull that is just leading you on through and down this corridor, and you kind of pull along with you both Echo and Duchess, who are unmoored by this strange situation. But you've taken to it surprisingly well. It took you a moment, but you knew you were in safe hands, at least. And it doesn't take too long before you all arrive back at your out. You don't even, the sort of exit is blocked by the door that it normally has, but you just phase through it as if it doesn't exist. And end up at your gondola again before you feel Slyph just a terrible weight kind of crushing onto your body and your soul. And kind of relinquishing your hold on the obsidian star, it falls and it just clunk, drops once into the bottom of the gondola. And at that, you fall unconscious in the escape boat, and Duchess and Echo are left with a incredibly drained and pallid Sylph, having just escaped barely with their lives.
Do you think we were too late? Should we just throw her body overboard?
I think we need to take a stop at the party barge. Just drop her off there.
Drop her off and leave? Okay.
This is for you. Yeah.
DoorDash, here you go. Gondola Dash.
Okay.
One delivery for he who walks in darkness.
And you have escaped Lord Skurlock's manor. Where
Great, what's our
do you go
payout?
next?
We're like, great.
Great. Okay. Yeah, let's go put her with
Yeah,
the
I think
blessed.
we go to the party barge and we're like, meh.
We'll just ring the bell and be like, service,
I think
please.
you get to the party barge and Arana is already there, like ready and waiting for you. She's like she can sense sort of the energy coming off of the obsidian star. And so she's already waiting, and she sees Sylph kind of limp in the boat. And
Yeah, we
you have the
drunk
arms,
girl
I have the
carrier.
legs, like... Arana, dear, here's the amulet here, Sylph. You said you could do your weird magic now, right?
Arana kind of looks concerned, and she says, Yes, quickly, come, bring her after me.
Oh, we have things to... we thought you would just take care of this.
No, we need you. You
Echoes.
must tether her soul. Come, quickly.
Echo's like,
I had an
Duchess,
appointment.
come on, Duchess. Echo like potato sack carries.
I was like, and I need help
and like
carrying her
grabs.
to the ritual site. And kind of...
Shouldn't I watch the gondola?
The gondola is fine.
Okay.
Don't forget the amulet. Actually, Arana grabs it.
Amaris, what are you doing here?
Arana grabs
I've
it
been
herself
here
real
the
quick.
whole time.
Bubba, you're Amaris?
She throws off her fine disguise.
And she kind of leads you all as quickly as possible back to her private room, where you can see that a complex set of diagrams and candles has been set up, as well as a variety of incense is being sort of burned and kind of filling the room.
Echo's like, Sylph would be
I
so
have
happy if she
emphysema.
was
I
here.
can't be in here.
Shut up.
She says,
I'm like, here, have a whiskey.
You have no choice. Please sit at one of the points of the triangle. And the three of you sort of lay Sylph in the middle of this diagram before taking a point at each of them. And Arana places the obsidian star on Sylph's chest before she says, well, she never told me quite what ritual she'd prefer, but
Can I flash back to when I told them what I wanted?
She mentioned
Yes.
change of heart. What did you flash? What'd you tell us?
I want to bind myself to he who walks in darkness.
Yeah, she said she wanted to weaponize this. And put it on the pirate lady.
And I'm like, no, Duchess, stop. No, she wants to bind herself to he who walks in darkness. You know, I don't think that's a great idea, but that's what she wants. So, yeah.
Arana
right,
is like,
Duchess?
I understand your hesitation, but I think that will be for the best. And she says, now, I need you to stay with me just in case things get a little hectic. Having 2 extra people should help make sure her soul stays tethered to our realm.
I'm feeling a little unstable at the moment, so just...
But let us begin. And let's, just for fun, roll.
Just for fun, he says.
Ooh, okay, good. Got a 6. That was 4 fate die.
Good job, Arana.
Good job, Arana.
Now that one was
job.
Duchess.
In an hour after the ritual starts and Arana has been sort of mumbling strange words, and the two of you can feel sort of the arcane forces swirling in a vortex of energy around both Arana and Sylph. And after an hour's time, you see that oh, this is great. I'm excited. So,
Oh, God.
the kind of vortex of power gets stronger and stronger. It's actually summoning sort of winds and shadows. And at the very end, Arana mutters one final word before all light is gone from the room. This is a darkness beyond that which is natural, one that you have never seen, and one that you are sure no light could ever pierce. And at the very center, you see just a tiny hint of glinting light coming off of a star-shaped amulet. Slowly, though, Arana pulls out some more candles and lights them, and they seem inordinately weak before slowly they kind of pulse back to the regular strength. And she goes over to Sylph, kneeling over her body, checking to see her handiwork. And the three of you see that the obsidian star has become permanently bonded to Sylph's chest, creating
She like Iron Man.
a dark sort of shroud around her body that she seems to give almost an ever slightly like dusky presence, and light does not seem to sort of reach her in the same way that it used to. And
That'll go unnoticed on the street.
Arana is very surprised by this. She says that this is unprecedented. I had no idea he who walks in darkness would do something of this caliber, but she is a chosen one. And she just kind of kneels and like prostrates herself before
Echo's like, yeah, she's great. She's alive though. Like,
yeah, how much longer till she gets out of this? You know.
Yeah. What we were like pushing Arana over.
Yeah. We have deadlines we got to meet. Okay.
We're very contractual.
And Arana says, "I do not know. She will be brought back once he who walks in darkness is finished with her." And we will leave it at that for tonight. But Sylph has been saved. Lord Scorlock has been...
Scorlock.
I know, I keep saying it by accident. Lord
Because we
Scorlock
commit a score on Scorlock.
has been thoroughly riled up. And
good.
A new trauma has been acquired. Which is really all you can ever ask for.
All
in this
you
game.
can ask for.
But is it a trauma? It sounds like a superpower.
I mean, same.
Same. Okay. We want to do XP real fast?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
all right. Everyone's been marking desperate rolls, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, have I. I'm one away on insight and one away on prowess.
That's amazing.
Your playbook XP triggers.
Stealth or evasion?
The Great Rat Conspiracy.
The Great Rat Conspiracy. Yes, I will give one for everyone. Session.
One for everyone.
For playbook triggers.
Okay.
Beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Yes.
Abby, of course, gets one.
Abby gets one.
So that like sigil that I put, I don't know if you want to do that as like heritage and background or vice, because she did it because she wants to become known as like a super criminal.
Okay.
And so like
yes,
either one.
Sarah. Chat has a question for you.
I would say drives, maybe.
Chat has a question for
yes.
me. What is it?
Is Tad Williams' Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn books behind you?
No, but I do really love those books. I don't know which direction we're looking at, but there's many fantasy books behind
Sarah
me.
plays at the local library.
It is my local library.
It's like a library. I borrow books from her.
We'll do
and
a
then
side
fail to
channel.
return them.
Shut up, Sean.
We'll do a video where Sarah just goes through all the books.
I do appreciate that you
These.
literally have the Reading Rainbow behind you.
Reading Rainbow.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do side channel. That's just me saying what's on my what's behind my head.
Okay. Sarah, do you have a beliefs driver heritage that you feel like?
I don't feel like I did. No. Besides, no, I can't think of anything.
Okay. Struggled with issues from your issues from your vice or traumas.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, from my
Explain.
trauma. Because I was reckless. In multiple ways. Like,
will you elucidate me exactly on what you consider reckless?
She just went for the thing in the water.
I just went for the thing in the water. I just ran into that room with the things.
Oh, with the hulls?
Yeah.
Okay.
The room with the things, Sean.
The room with the things.
I mean, you had to go into the room with the things anyways, but...
I used the obsidian star.
You did.
She did use the...
And also,
Okay.
I got
Vice.
a trauma.
I'd say vice. She did
That
get
does
trauma.
not give you an XP.
That's
the acquiring of a trauma
trauma.
does not give you an XP.
I acquired a trauma. Give me XP.
That's okay.
Okay.
I don't need one.
Sean.
Yes.
So, my shrewd friends, if I interact with them, does that count as, like, background or beliefs and such? Because I named a rat after Salia, and then I locked it away.
That is funny.
There's Salia. I forgot. Beliefs.
If it
what are you
matters,
considering that under background?
I would consider that one under beliefs or drives, because I hate Salia.
Because you hate
So you named
your
a rat
ghost
after
friend
her?
Salia. I will give you one for that.
Question.
Okay.
Yes.
Does me resuming my role as the French art collector of the Imperial City count as background? That's the closest I can get to.
Yes, I will count that as... I'll actually count that as beliefs, because I think one of Echo's beliefs is, like, it's assuming other identities.
Yeah, it's
Like
just
that.
like I will have people tell me things rather than do it myself.
Yeah.
Okay, crew advancement, which I think we're going to definitely advance. Crew-specific
execute?
XP triggers. I will consider that the completion of
Woo! Okay.
the heist, so you can get those triggers, which I think involves burglary.
Mhm.
Yep.
Is one of them. Contend with challenges above your station. Get an XP. They were very much above your station. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
With the hive.
But that, I mean, yeah.
I will give you one for that.
Okay.
Because
we'll
the,
count
hive,
it.
Reliable.
the hive did not give us much information because they did not
They really
think that we
didn't.
were going to
And
do
we're
Because
giving
y'all-
them an invaluable item.
yeah.
Committed a score on one of the most powerful people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
and
add
they're-
reliable to our reputation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure.
You want to add
Because we
reliable
could have just
to it?
run off with the priceless
That's
artifact.
true. We could have not even gotten
And
them.
they were just like, okay, go rob Lord Skurlock.
Yeah. You're gonna rob Lord Skurlock. That's what all the new kids say.
And we're like, haha, we did it.
Okay. Express the goals, drives, or inner conflict or essential nature of the crew.
We rolled so many sixes.
That does not count.
That's our essential nature.
Our essential nature is to roll sixes.
We had a drive to save self.
We had a contract and we followed through on it. We
the goal. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say we promised the Hive we were going to take this crown, and we did it, even though it was like unnecessarily hard.
We kind of counted that under reputation, though.
The goal was to roll 6s. We were driven to roll 6s. It showed conflict between you and us, and it's the essential nature of the crew.
I mean, I feel like our essential nature is that like we're a girl gang and we like take care of each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like
we
that
showed
happens.
this
Okay,
guy,
so you
this
think
man, that a
camaraderie.
group of women can do whatever we want. No
Yeah.
Lord
Maybe that's one
Skurlock's
of the
gonna hold us
essential
down.
natures of the crew.
I
Is the
feel like
camaraderie.
it's like the camaraderie, like you know, Sylph.
I
didn't
went
have
Okay,
to that
to
party.
go
Someone
extra
should make
mile
a
when
note
she
of that.
Yeah, I
because
like
I'm going
it.
to keep track of it.
Okay,
But I will give you an XP for it.
Okay,
Great.
yeah, I think
So
now
we
we
did-
should say camaraderie. Because we're
we
kind
did
of each other's
level
only
up.
friends. Guys. Except for
Oh,
Sylph
Duchess has
and
plenty of
Louise.
friends.
Does
Every
she?
time the crew advances,
The whole
each
prison.
piece... Oh, that's only when you advance.
Does
Yeah.
she?
So I think we're taking patron, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we can figure that out later, because I'll do... I think that'll tie into the payoff and everything, potentially. Unless, do y'all want to do that now, or do you want to wait for me? Actually, we'll probably forget if we
Do what?
do all the payoff entanglements.
Oh no, let's just do it.
Yeah, we
let's
just
do payoff
gotta
real
do it.
quick.
We're gonna forget.
And that way, if we roll like demon or something, you can think about it for a week.
We have the memories of the goldfish, unfortunately. Okay. So, this ritual finishes. Within a couple hours, Sylph, you are basically transported to the realm of He Who Walks in Darkness, and you more or less have a conversation with his
Great.
sort of avatar.
Normal.
Just normal, everyday things.
I imagine like super fangirling is happening while this is.
She keeps it together.
I mean,
And
but
he
like
says-
inside.
Yeah, inside.
that he's chosen you to be his sort of one of his avatars in the world, more or less, and that he will keep
So
in
dope.
contact about the things that he will require from you for his
Fantastic.
blessings. And he's very excited to see what you can do. All right, and then you come back to in about 4 hours, kind of being unconscious. And I think Arana sort of checks on you and asks you questions and talks to you about He Who Walks in Darkness for a bit. And then y'all have your... She also talks about how she might have need for you since the artifact is now bonded
That's
to your
fine.
body.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And
Also,
you do
you
technically
have weird
owe her.
shadows around you now, just in case you didn't notice.
So make sure you note that you have a debt to her.
Yep. Life.
She
debt.
also looks very tired and drained from having just done that ritual. Then you go to Kalir and give him the crown. Kalir is incredibly surprised. He is also impressed, and he says, "Well, I wasn't expecting the three of you to actually acquire this, but I can say that the Hive is duly impressed, and you shall also be duly rewarded. Here is 10 coin, as well as you will get 4 rep from this score."
Or do we each want to
so
take
3 went
3?
into 10 coin. Yeah, we can each take
Or-
3.
Or we can do 2 and keep.
I'm already full up on coin, is the real problem. So
Okay.
it's
Just
definitely going to
stash it?
have to be stashed, but that sucks.
I mean, we can.
I mean, that's the
you
point
can
of the
just-
game.
You
Yeah.
could just give it to me because I can hold one more, and we can advance before we get more coin.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and maybe you talk to Kalir about a bit about your
Patronship.
further work with the Hive, and he's so impressed that he does say that he thinks the Hive can draft a contract and become a patron of the Foxfire, Foxfire if they're willing to do a couple more things should the hive come calling. Still quite haven't finished your main mission, but he thinks they can look around that for the time being. It seems relatively well. Well, not really. You haven't done that much against the raid, but it's a slow burn.
Yeah.
And you've proven your quality by taking on such a strong opponent.
It was a strong opponent.
Yeah, you're still like have a badly bandaged shoulder at the moment. Heat.
No heat. It was absolutely perfect. No one knew we were there at
all. I'm going to give you. Oh gosh. I never did like a heat consequence at all.
No.
You did shoot a gun, technically, Duchess. How much heat do y'all have right now?
3.
3.
Okay. I'm going to give you 7 heat.
Oh my god.
For wild, devastating exposure.
So when it fills up, it goes down.
Yeah.
You gain a wanted. Okay.
Yep.
Fills up, you gain 1 wanted, and it goes back, and anything carries over.
Yep. So we're here. We have 1 heat.
And that's our entanglement?
Yep.
Okay. And so... what dice did you get? So you rolled 4. Rivals or Unquiet Dead. Ooh, fun. Let's see.
Oh, so many options between those two.
A neutral faction throws their weight around. They threaten you, a friend, or contact from one of your vice purveyors. Forfeit 1 rep or 1 coin per tier of the rival, or stand up to them and lose 1 status with. Or Unquiet Dead. A rogue spirit is drawn to you. Perhaps its past victim. Acquire the services of a whisper or railjack to attempt to destroy or banish it. Deal with it yourself.
I feel like Abby is like anti-spirit now. She's like...
No, I'm all in.
Well, I mean, like, I feel like you repel spirits. I don't know. Do you attract spirits now, or do you repel spirits? That'll be fun.
She's kind of beyond spirits. She's almost in a different category.
Like, yeah, I'm so cool.
Yeah.
All right. I think reprisal makes sense. Yeah, reprisal makes sense. Maybe. We bring in the gondoliers.
Sure.
For the first time.
Fine. We can let the gondoliers catch on to my presence.
Can't remember who hates you and who doesn't.
The gondoliers have a -2 with us.
They do, because you stole a boat from them.
We did.
You're already at war with the Foghounds.
Is it called stealing or borrowing?
Okay. So, the... I'm going to hold off on that.
Okay.
Entanglements.
They're tough, yeah.
I'll come up with one for next time. That feels natural. It's hard to come up with. Okay, downtime. You guys only get 1.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, also you're at war, so you should take 8 heat.
Oh, total.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant 8 more, and I was like,
Total.
Is my stress cleared? I think it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Your stress is cleared.
I will indulge my vice.
Oh. So you have 4 back?
Yeah. Can I only indulge once?
I mean, you can pay to do it again.
No, you can indulge twice.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
But
share
you have to pay
your
a coin.
ability that lets you adjust it?
What?
For the viewers? Share your ability that...
Oh, yes. So I have a functional vice. I'm just addicted to the opera. So I can adjust my dice outcome up or down 1 or 2. And I can share with an ally who does the same. Or an ally who joins me may do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to like find a good reason if opera is not your
makes
vice.
sense. Yeah.
For it to make sense, yeah.
I mean, I think I'm just going to give myself the extra downtime from calculating and indulge my vice again.
Right, sure. Because you get an extra downtime from...
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so then that's all of my stress gone.
Okay, and for the rest of you?
I'm going to heal my gaping rabies hell wound.
Yeah, you have to acquire a asset.
Yeah, I'm gonna contact Stev. Like, yo,
But
Stev.
does Pack Rats help us with this?
It does. Stev's just hanging out in our basement.
Acquire Stev, the
We
physical.
trade him with like a rat. We're just like, hey, here's a rat. Bandage my wound.
So I roll 1 die to determine his tier. Yes?
Yeah, but you would roll 2 because you're acquiring an asset.
Yep, okay. 5, so he's tier 1, but he's an expert, which makes him tier 2.
2, yep. Which means he
And
gets
then
to roll 2 dice.
He gets to roll
to
2
heal
dice. Gets a 4.
Which means he heals 2.
2. Can I pay
Nature.
a coin?
Yes, to increase it to 3.
Can I pay another coin?
That would increase it to 5.
And how does healing work?
I think
If I heal level 2, do I then
it just
have
goes
to heal
down 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's reductive, but yes. It's a stair step.
So I'll pay 2 coin to make it 5, so I'll have 1 left, and this will be level 1 harm.
Make sure I'm
It's
doing that.
increase a result level for every coin you spend, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So she went from a result level of
4 to a 6 and a 6 to a
2. Yeah,
Yeah.
she went from 4 through 5 to 6 to double 6s.
Yeah.
Even though it
Okay,
might be...
I thought you said you increased it to 5, and I was like,
No.
she should have increased. Okay.
That's why I'm trying to just double check real fast if a crit... Yeah, a crit is 5 segments. I was
Okay.
right. It's like with a regular clock.
I think... Should I keep healing? Why not? I'll do it. I'll pay a coin.
Yeah.
Acquire
You
him.
got him acquired.
Can I give you your coin back that I was holding for you?
Sure. Thank you. Okay, so he's better now.
He's got more experience with your wound.
He's tier 3 now.
It's like I've never seen quite a wound quite like
Soulless
this.
dog wound. Interesting.
Festering in an odd way. Yeah, so now he's tier 3.
He gets a 4 again, Stev. Which is
So he
2.
heals you for 2.
And I'll pay 1 more coin and I'll be healed.
So you paid 4 coin total
I'm in rehab.
to be fully healed. Alright. And then Echo?
I'm gonna indulge that vice.
Go for it.
It's been a long time since I've been to the docks to see a bloody boxing fight.
Go into the
Go.
docks.
I go to visit Gris and see some bloodletting. I gamble a little bit, you know? Come on, indulge vice button. 5.
Good.
Great. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I
Did you
think
want to do anything else?
I will pay a coin in personal train.
I'm also gonna pay a coin in person.
Oh shit, I also need to pay a coin and play.
Oh my gosh, y'all are leaking money.
Really gotta upskill.
Okay.
Hey guys, I have 1 in prowl now.
Hey, good job.
Hey.
Alright. Did anyone else level anything else up?
No.
Okay. Then we will be back in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't get bullied into this again.
All the time.
We'll be back
Blades
with
in the
2
dark.
weeks. I'll come up with an entanglement real fast, and we'll be on to another mission, another heist for our intrepid trio.
So fun.
There may be some consequences from
Why consequences?
someone
Why,
as
Sean?
well
Come
connected
on.
as Skurlock being messed with.
The Hive
but
is our patron now, Sean.
sure, that's a pretty big deal. Howdy, y'all. Not really. You roll 6s like they're freaking water.
What?
I don't know.
it made sense.
They just come so easy. I was so happy for that last.
That was
that
good.
last
Yeah.
bad roll.
It's-
That was
it-
perfect.
We were rolling 6s, and yet it was still very hard. So you did a good job.
That's because I had to constantly up the difficulty.
It's all good.
Good job, Sean.
Okay, so yeah, and next week we'll be back with Ironsworn,
Ironsworn co-op.
Hit the road.
which we're always excited for. It's always super fun. And if you're new and just tuning in, we're super excited and happy you're coming to watch us. But I also highly recommend watching some of the older videos. Otherwise, a lot of this won't make sense. And there's plenty of other fun escapades to be had. There's a specific goat incident that we like to reference, which I think is in episode